something that I see a lot from people who, I mean, contact me, or from people I see in the space, is this concept of passive income, right?
Mm.
And thinking that, like, oh, you can just set something up and then you're chilling for the rest of your life, and the cash flow is steady and things are just working like that. Um, and I mean, in the end of the day, it's really not that simple, right? It's really not that easy. And if it were that easy, everybody would do it.
Right.
But yeah, you want to dispel the catch for that.
I mean, here's the thing about passive income. I'm not saying I don't believe in it. I just don't. I think it's been painted in a very vain manner. Like I think the vision that people have of passive income is just not very well grounded. And in the actual reality. But I think passive income, the way I see passive income is you put in the work for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, right? So you front load a lot of work, you build systems, you build a process, you build a business, right? A machine, and then you put people in it, you put robots, automations in it, and then it runs without as much involvement from your side as you had put in previously, right? I think that, when I think of passive income, that's where I think of, where it comes into play. Obviously, there are more clear examples of passive income with certain investments where you just, like, I don't know, it pays you dividends every single month or whatever it is, or I don't know. But at the same time, when I think of business, which is my primary investment, because I'm not really big into trading stocks or crypto, all this stuff. For me, that's what I mean by that. You put in, you front load a bunch of work, right? You systemize things, you build processes around it, you put people in those systems, you build a machine, and then you can step away from that machine and have it run pretty much without your involvement. One of the things that I tell my mentees a bunch is for their agency, right? If their agency cannot be run without them, or it cannot self-sustain itself, it's not going to be very scalable, right? Funny enough, a lot of them, they feel kind of guilty at times when they're not as involved, but that is a good sign, because trust me, when you start scaling, you're going to have to be a bit more involved, because things are going to start to break, and different phases of growth are going to require you to step in and fix things and create new systems, right? But that is the role of a founder CEO, to create systems, fix things, create new processes, right? And then step away and constantly doing that. So that's where I see passive income come in when building businesses. I'm not really going to talk about stock trading and all this stuff, because I'm not an expert, right? I like, for the my thing is building businesses. But that's where I see passive income come in.
So really just dispelling the catch that there's no such thing as buying a course and having passive income, right? Or buying a program or being taught by someone and having this cash flow coming in. That's just mythology. You're gonna have to build this machine. You're gonna have to work for something. If eventually you're able to remove yourself out of the equation as much as possible, or as much as you want to have it working for you, then great. That's you've succeeded. But until you do succeed, you're not going to be able to do that. And it's not just going to be easy sipping pina coladas in the beach.
No. We were talking about this the other day. If you see something that makes you money easy, that seems like it could make you money very easy, that you want to run the other way, right? Because even if it does exist, for example, the crypto bull run that we just had, even if it seems way too good to be true, there's always some sort of trade, right? Whether it's your energy, whether it's your mental well-being, whether it's what goes up comes back down, whether it's you not building something, just investing into something, right? That doesn't give you much longevity. There's always a trade. And so, yeah, just be aware of that. I think that's a good point. There's a lot of that, just, simply put. And I think, I'm constantly just if I think it's way too good to be true, I just run the opposite way. I think there are, e-commerce, e-com agency, it could sound way too good to be true, especially if you are in this older mindset where things, making 10K a month or 20K per month, it should be way harder than it actually is. But that is a completely different thing, right? That is just because you're not aware of how a business works and the type of wealth that you can create building a business. But I'm talking about a completely different thing where you're not putting in as much work. You're basically like kind of delegating responsibility to this thing that will hopefully make you money. That always has a trade at the end of it.